Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and the Northport police are in full defense mode. So much so that they are now just assuming cause of death to sort of just imply like, well, does it really matter? The fact that we bumbled this so much, does it matter? Oh, we're going to get through this. Brian Enton's reporting as well as the Herald Tribune. Before I get there, though, can we do something positive? Can we thank all of you guys again? We actually raised over $45,000 for Sunrise Shelter. And last night, this just got me so emotional. Gabby's mom herself, Nicole. Oh my gosh, Nicole, I'm sending so much love and positivity your way. She wrote back in tears over this amazing work you have done. Thank you for honoring Gabby in this way. This is her legacy. I'm so proud of her beautiful spirit, giving so much hope and inspiration. Justice for Gabby, DV Awareness, Gabby Petito. Oh my goodness, Nicole, thank you so much for that. Your strength is incredible. It's inspiring, and it's changed us all. Gabby has changed us all to want to do better. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting that out there. I can't imagine what you guys are going through, but please know we are here from you. Gabby's spirit will never end, and I'm going to make sure we continue our efforts here to do more good, and we will be raising funds for the Gabby Petito Foundation soon. Stay tuned. Still working out the kinks on how we can do that the best way possible. I'd love to involve the family if possible. More guests and surprises, so stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the bell for all alerts. You're not going to want to miss that because we're going to need your help to make sure we get all of it out there to get the word out. So thank you so much for this, and everybody who donated. I hope you feel as incredible as I do, and let's keep it going. Let's keep reporting honestly and ferociously on these cases that need attention. So thank you so much, Nicole. This was such an amazing note to get from you, which you didn't have to do, and so thank you so much for sharing it first with JB and then replying directly. I'm speechless, and I'm in awe of you guys, and I cannot wait to see the amazing things that you guys do with this foundation. So stay tuned. We'll be covering in great detail. Now, I have to go back to this main story here because, look, mistakes are made. Everybody's human. However, guys, what is this? What are these excuses you're giving us? As a leader, what can I do? Do I not tell the public what's going on? Do we conceal it, cover it up? No, people want open transparency and honesty from their law enforcement officials, he added. Yes, we made a mistake. It was human error, but I still stand behind my team. They're talking, of course, about the time that their surveillance team mistook Brian for Roberta, his mother, because she was in a baseball cap. He said it was important for the agency to admit their error. No, I'm sure this is damage control. Again, my speculation, this is damage control. Look, we spoke to Detective John Hubbard, who worked in Pinellas County, not the same county as here, but a Florida county, worked for years in various forms as detective, et cetera, throughout. He's like, heads need to roll here. Someone needs to take the hit. It has to. It's unbelievable the amount of F-ups that this team had. So they're out there sort of trying to justify their actions. So they were at a school board panel, it sounds like, sort of answering things. And Garrison noted the first 3.5 days, the investigation involving Laundrie, which started with a missing persons report filed in Suffolk County, they only operated in a supporting role. They keep using that as sort of an excuse. What a lot of people don't know, in June, Gabby and Brian moved out of their location and put a lot of stuff into storage, and they changed their address and moved to New York. And from there, they left for their cross-country adventure. Now we know by that time we became the lead agency. Brian had already left the house and presumably had already been deceased out in the Carlton Reserve. We were out there in the public for making we are out there in the public for making a human error. The surveillance team told me, Chief, Brian was seen going inside the house. So that Thursday when Garrison told the media that he knew where Laundrie was, it was 100% in my belief that what the team told me was accurate and Brian was outside the house. Later on, we found out that Brian had left the house and now the parents on Friday wanted to report him missing. There was nobody more surprised about that than me. In fact, when my officers went out to the house to do the report with the FBI, I sat with the deputy chief in my office, hoping that they would find Brian hiding in a back bedroom. He said, I was hoping maybe it was a ploy. It wasn't. My goodness, really going to talk about hiding? Get everyone going off on the bunkers again? As a 30-year-old law enforcement veteran doing surveillance, this is not uncommon. And if any expert out there says it is, they're lying to you. Well, I guess John Hubbard's lying to us. John Hubbard says that's ridiculous. It should have never happened. You should have way more people on this paying more attention. So we have an industry expert who I guess is calling your bluff. So he's not afraid to. So that's why I appreciate him. I try to get him on. I know he's busy, but he doesn't buy it. I don't buy it. Garrison said later, I can tell you one thing. The amount of work that was done behind the scenes, 24 hours a day from our team and the FBI team working on second floor of the police department was phenomenal work. Was it, though? Was it? I mean, you caused so much more havoc and chaos because then when they were missing, he was not there, you made us even more upset with the Laundries because like they were hiding something from you. When the reality was you just effed up. So the whole narrative of things changed and shifted and I do believe now I'm angry with Northport Police because of your human error, which I get they happen, but in this instance, how does this happen? Because of that human error, the complete game changed because we had no idea where he went. And you didn't know if you trusted the parents. You didn't know anything at that point. And so everything just went out the window when the reality, it seems, that they were always telling us the truth. Yeah, he went out to the reserve. We told you this. It's so mind-blowing what's going on here. And it's so frustrating to see them come out and play defense when we still don't even fully have the answers as to what happened. And I don't want to keep, just hitting this over and over again, but I'm sorry, Northport Police, since you're responding, I want to respond too. I don't accept these excuses yet. I don't. We still need more answers from you. The work led the search teams to locate Gabby's deceased. I want to remind everybody, our primary focus first couple days was to find Gabby. No, it was Red, White, and Bethune. If it wasn't for their footage, who knows if he would have even been there or found him there. That knowing that the van was there, having that evidence the van was there at that crucial date, sent more people out to go check it out because they told you before we knew. You had a couple days on them. And then they decided to post that publicly because they were like, I don't know if anybody's doing anything. And then when everybody was reporting on that clip and the footage and realizing, the door's closing, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, then you found her. Because of that footage. All the work you were doing. No. Literally. A YouTuber and then Brian's elderly parents are what did the work on this. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, FBI resources, endless resources, literally. And no disrespect to this YouTuber, but a YouTuber, Red, White, and Bethune, a family who was just RVing through, did the homework, found it, and then the Laundries found it. They were the ones who went there and sort of, all right, we're going to go check this. Okay, I guess we'll all go check this out. Oh my gosh, we found stuff because they found stuff. Insanity to me. We didn't know a lot of information the first 4 days. Well, you knew to follow him. Again, Detective Hubbard's like, they should have way more teams following him, keeping complete eyes on him to know where he's going. With all this, that was what was going at the time. There's no excuse to have lost him. None whatsoever. You had enough information. And again, what's interesting is then they go down and talk about how, there's more. Later in the article, they talk about sort of their successes. They sort of pivot and talk about all the homeless outreach that they've done in the outlets. So I always tell my homeless outreach team, blah, 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 like, all the stuff we've done and the amazing work we've done here in Sarasota and blah, blah, blah. They're just trying to, hosting the job fairs at the jail, helping people develop skills. They're in full-on defense mode. This is full-on PR defense mode because they're trying to just let this go by. And if people don't care, then I guess it'll be fine and nothing will happen. But if people do, some accountability is going to have to be faced. Because I do believe there were immense errors in here. We need to know how that's never going to happen again. Granted, they're not used to sort of a case of this magnitude. I get it. But they should be. They should know to follow the guy. And then here we have Sarasota County Sheriff Kurt Hoffman praising the performance of the Northport Police Chief Todd Garrison. Sheriff Hoffman later praised the performance of Garrison. We probably talked 20 times a day during that situation. Obviously, we supported them out at the preserve looking for Brian. I told them you guys were right. He and Deputy Chief were right. That guy went out there on all accounts, probably, I don't want to say these words, but you can read that. He's assuming on cause of death here. But I got to be careful of saying that over and over again. And he was right out there where we thought he was. Where we thought he was. There was 4 feet of water out there at the time. Are you buying this? Are you buying this? Look, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories. I know there's a lot of stuff. I'm not buying any of that per se. I would consider a deal being made. I saw the media out there quoting me. They're not real media, some crappy sites quoting me saying, I know a deal was made. I'm always very clear. I would not be surprised if a deal was made, but I have no proof of that. I've made that very clear on this channel, but be careful what you read, even if we're quoted, because no, I don't know if a deal was made. However, I would not be surprised if a deal was made to find the body. That's as far as I'll go from a conspiratorial standpoint to think, yeah, that's possible. We have no proof of that. However, it's possible. But this idea that, it's 4 feet of water. We couldn't go. What do you mean you couldn't go? This stuff doesn't float? Dry bags don't float? Shouldn't it be easier to find since it's all floating up top with those drones? What is that? Go find that piece of trash. I don't get it. Literally, should have been there. Why didn't you find them day one? Before it was in 4 feet of water, where were you? Excuses, and I'm over it. And then just flip it. Well, I probably already did it, so he's already probably gone. He probably did it to himself. So, our mistakes don't really matter at the end of the day. Come on, guys. Look at all the cool homeless stuff we've done, and look at the job fairs we have. We're good cops. I mean, look, it's a tough job to be a cop. It is a tough job. So I hear you. I hear that, and there's a lot of people complaining more than I think people should sometimes. However, accountability is important, guys. Fellas, somebody's got to take accountability. It happens all the time. And you guys are, I guess, higher up in the chain. You're trying to avoid it. But who's going to admit fault here? Who's going to admit fault here? If we don't have accountability and at least suspension for a period of time, heck, dude, something. Keep them paid off the record. I don't know. Just do something here optically so we know that you guys are also accountable when you mess up. Seems fair to me. Am I overthinking this? I'm not saying all heads that fire everybody and never work and whatever, but my God, take some more accountability here and responsibility for you. Let this stretch out, wasted funds. You should have been there right in the beginning. That's just my 2 cents. And I know I'm not the only one because there is still a change.org formal internal investigation is being demanded. I don't know why we couldn't get that. If you want to go look that, you can look that up in change.org. Formal internal investigation into the handling of this case. I would love that to make sure we're not missing something, that they're telling the truth. Some sort of third party that can go through there. And you can also see Brian Enton sort of put this together.
Do you know where Brian Laundrie is right now?
Yes.
That was Northport Police Chief Todd Garrison back on September 16th when he said he knew where Brian Laundrie was.
He didn't.
That turned out not to be the case, with the department admitting it thought it had eyes on Brian, but it was actually Brian's mom, Roberta. And now the chief clarifying the mistake even further. The Sarasota Herald-Tribune reporting the chief said at a town hall on Friday, "As a leader, what do I do? Do I not tell the public what's going on? Do we conceal it, cover it up? No, people want open transparency and honesty from their law enforcement officials. Yes, we made a mistake. It was human error, but I still stand behind my team." The chief also said that by the time Northport PD became the lead agency on the case, Brian had already left his parents' house and was presumably already dead in the Carlton Reserve.
So it doesn't matter, guys. Why are you giving us crap? He was already dead. Leave us alone. We will be live today, and we're live every weekday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, around that time, between 12 and 12:30. It's a one-man show. I try to get it all going. But please join us there. We'll talk about this. A lot more stuff is broken down. Other cases we need to talk about, other things. So please join us today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that like button and leave your comments down below. Do you believe in Northport? Should we give them a pass here? Have they paid enough? What do you guys think of this? Am I being too harsh? I want to hear your thoughts. Please put them down below. Join us today live. In fact, I'll put the live stream link right there on the left-hand side. We might be live right now. Click on over and join us. Thanks for watching here on Popcorn Planet.